Alright, I'm here to talk about Wake Up Dead Man. So Wake Up Dead Man is the newest film in the Knives Out trilogy directed by Rian Johnson. In this film, Benoit Blanc investigates a murder that occurred in a small church complex, and it's a simple murder, but it is disguised as a supernatural occurrence. Alright? So, right off the gate, what stands this film different from the other two Knives Out movies is the place. It takes place in the church. It's a religious complex. And the movie shows, there are a lot of uses of lights here and there, and the use of lighting here in particular is amazing. The movie is just beautiful to look at, and it highlights the Gothic architecture and the Gothic feel that this film has. Now, our second protagonist, is also a priest, but he is a good one. He is played by Josh O'Connor, and the victim of the murder is another priest. This is a very manipulative priest, and this is something that the movie highlights, the effect that religion can have on people. The doctrine of the religion can be very much misguided or misused, and it could really lead to some blind worship. And this film illustrates that. The thematic core of this film revolves around religion and what it means to all of the people, to the disciples or the non-believers. Now, talking about the theme, I think out of the three Knives Out movies, I like this theme the most, because I think this theme of religion and the usage of it to maybe control people at some levels is really relevant. Alright? But the other thing is, through this theme, we can explore Benoit Blanc even more as a character. What he believes in, what he stands for. There's a monologue early on when he meets Josh O'Connor's character, the priest in the chapel. The lighting is beautiful on the scene, but what stands out is Benoit Blanc's monologue. I won't spoil it for you because that is one of the highlights that this film has. Now, what about the mystery? Well, I can say that the mystery here is more intricate than the other two movies. In this film, as an audience, you can easily follow Benoit Blanc as he solves this case. And the clues are already there from the beginning. So if you have a sharp eye, you will spot something that is very particular, that is very, ambiguous at times. There is the clues, and the use of the clues in the mystery actually makes sense. So, for the first time, I felt like I was watching a Knives Out movie where I could easily follow the lead. The lead being Benoit Blanc and this protagonist, this priest played by Josh O'Connor. Now, talking about Josh O'Connor, he delivers an amazing performance. I think this is one of the best performances that he's ever done so far, because for the first 40 minutes, the movie is basically on his shoulders. Benoit Blanc is not introduced yet into the case, and that's a good thing, alright? Because through these first 40 minutes, you will learn all what you need to know surrounding this case. All the potential suspects, all the characters, all their motivations are explained through Josh O'Connor's character's eye, So as an audience, it is easy to follow. So when Benoit Blanc is eventually introduced, and you kick off with that amazing monologue by Daniel Craig, it really established this priest character as the secondary protagonist, if you will. Now, the murder victim is Jefferson Wicks. He's a charismatic priest who manipulates religion into something else. This is very relevant and I can relate to this theme very well. That's why I said that out of the three, the theme of this movie of religion and what it means to all of the people and what it can do if it is misguided around people is really relevant for today. There is, of course, a negative, alright? This is an ensemble cast. It features Josh Brolin, Josh O'Connor, of course Daniel Craig, Glenn Close, Mila Kunis, and performance-wise, they're all amazing in their parts. But here's the thing. There are some other characters that really doesn't matter to the plot at all, to the murder at all. They're not involved in the murder and you don't suspect them as a potential suspect. You know, there's nothing sketchy about them. They come across as underdeveloped. It doesn't apply to every one of them, but it does in some other characters. Alright? Also, there are some moments where I was like, alright, this film is still funny when it needs to be, and the jokes are clever, the line delivery are all sharp, particularly in Benoit Blanc's part, because in this film you understand where he came from, you know? You understand what he believes in. True, that one monologue that is really, performance-wise, it is really magnificent. Daniel Craig, I think this is his best performance as Benoit Blanc yet, because this is where he shines as a very serious detective. Alright? He takes this case serious because at the beginning, he is not sure that he can solve this case whatsoever. And you feel that as an audience, you feel that, alright, that maybe slight desperation, that maybe he could not solve this murder case whatsoever. So, yeah, I can think that Wake Up Dead Man is a more serious Knives Out movie, a more gothic one, and I like it because I did not like Glass Onion. I really loved the first Knives Out movie, but I did not like the Glass Onion movie because for me it was too comedic. But in this third film, it finds the balance between the gothic aspects of it and the seriousness of it, and also peppering in some comedy, some jokes that are very much clever. Now, from the looks, all the Knives Out movies look amazing, but this film looks particularly interesting. It is a more unique looking film. It looks slick, and I think it has to do with the setting because it revolves around churches and this forest. I just really like the movie, you know, the way it looks. And also, there is a surprise twist at the end that plays into the title itself, Wake Up Dead Man, and which means the victim, the murder victim, actually gets up for a bit, you know. It has a twist in it that is very much impactful. So, Wake Up Dead Man, I will give this film an 8 out of 10. I think this is the best Knives Out movie out of the 3 so far because I like the themes, you know. It takes itself a lot more seriously than the other 2, and I found the themes to be very relevant to today, what's happening today. So 8 out of 10 if you have seen Wake Up Dead Man. Do you think this is the best Knives Out movie yet? If you do, why? If you disagree with me, tell me everything in the comment section down below, and see you on the next video.